My older sister has a birthday in January. So the whole month of January is her birthday. It goes right till February 1st, then my brother-in-law takes over. How about births of your kids? Aren't those special? Those are memories, right? Those are memories you just can't forget. And of course, memories, you don't remember when you were born, do you? You better not. And of course, we've got memories that I think some of you are going to be stumped on this memory. I'm going to come up with a memory that I hope you're not stumped, but I think I will be. Hit it. Listen now very closely.
I drove out to the county fair. When I saw her for the first time, she was standing there in the ticket line. And it all started right then and there. Oh, the sailor's sky made a perfect sunset.
You don't want me to sing.
And that's a day I'll never forget. I had a barbecue stain on my white t-shirt. She was killing me in that mini skirt. Skipping rocks on the river by the railroad tracks. She had a suntan line and red lipstick. I worked so hard for that first kiss. And
First kiss.
Something like that.
Did you get it? First kiss. All right, here's the contest now. I told you you're going to participate. How many remember their first kiss with their spouse, of course? With their spouse. Come on. Oh, show of hands. You know. Yeah. It's a family one. I talked to Ralph the other day, and I said to Ralph, Pat's husband, I said, when was your first kiss with Pat? I said, was it at the movies? You know, we all did this, guys. I remember this. You put your arm around him, you know, you kind of sneeze. You go, oh, excuse me. Get that little kiss, yeah? And what about, you know what Ralph said? He said, I didn't have to do that because Pat did it to me. There you go, Ralph. And how about this one? Some of you guys are pretty shy, I know you are. So you have to dance with the girl. And you dance kind of slow, and you get off in the dark, and you're over here, and it gets a little darker, and you give her a quick kiss. Huh? How many with first kiss? No? Not dancing? All right, how about this one? Spin the bottle. Come on. You know, here you are, you're 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, you spin the bottle. Little did you know that was your first kiss with your spouse. Well, I've got one for you. First kiss. This guy doesn't have any money, so he takes his girl out for a walk on campus. Now, this is college now. We're really upgrading, not high school. And of course, they walk around campus and they have no money, so they just decide to keep walking. Finally, they come back to the girls' dorm, and it's snowing. So the guy says, geez, what do we do now? And he's really working for that first kiss. Let's make some snow angels. So they get on the ground and they make snow angels. Well, it worked. I got my first kiss. All right, we've got a lot of show for you tonight, so I've got to get off the stage. Pat's going to take over. This is only going to take 3.5 hours to settle in. Thank you, Pat.
Let me just ask if there's a seat next to you. Yep, here's one. Any more seats? Okay, we'll send people over when they come. Thank you. Okay, Pat, it's your turn. Am I on? Am I on? Can you hear me now?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Pat Oliva. It always gives me great pleasure to bring to you our ORA variety show. I would like to dedicate this show to our old members who have passed on. We will always cherish the memories of these lovely people. Thanks to all the volunteers who helped me make this show possible. Too many to mention. Now, if you will take off your cell phones, relax, enjoy the show, please leave the middle aisle open for the people, the performers. Without further ado, I am so happy to introduce to you the Governor of ORA, Gary Seidler. Take it away, Gary.
So we do have an MC tonight. All right. Well, hello, ORA. Thanks for showing up tonight. It's a privilege and an honor to be up here. It really is. Next year, any of you can take my job, please. I'd like to thank Pat Oliva, of course, and Ginny DeWass, and we've got Linda Lewis over here. Those three have put in hours putting this together. Now, there's some other people. Thank you. We've got AKA Bill Anderson, Sherry Cederl on the sound, and she's been working very hard on that. And of course, we've got Susan Sayers on the computer with the songs that we're going to be playing and some of the skits that need that sound. So it's a real family affair. We've got guys over here on the side too. So it takes a lot of people, and I'm just thanking you all right now because I'll probably forget to do it later. Thank you. At this time, let's see. Oh yeah, Pat. Oh, she left already. Pat, my contract is up for this year, so I want it double next year or I'm not coming back. So, I know she's going to say, well, it's 2 times 0, so now it's going to be 4 times 0. Well, we've got a couple shows here that I want you to go back in your memory book, and you're going to really like them. For instance, do you remember the show called Laugh-In? Oh, come on. Yeah, Laugh-In. I've got the dates here if you forget it. 1967 to 1973, the Rowan and Martin. They were good, yeah, so they lasted about 6 or 7 years. Well, part of the show is going to touch that tonight. We've also got Ed Sullivan. Everybody watched Ed Sullivan. 1941 to, what did I have, 1971? Almost 30 years Ed was on. And he had a few, celebrities, the Beatles, Elvis, over the time he did a great job. There's another one that's going to be on the skits tonight. Anybody remember Hee Haw? Yeah. All right, Hee Haw. Almost 25 years Hee Haw went on this show. And of course the banjo was the main part of that, and we've got a great banjo player tonight. So enjoy yourself, and the show's going to start. So that banjo playing, I think it was on Hee Haw, but I can't remember. I watched it also on Deliverance. Yeah. All right, we've got a first program tonight, or a first show, and you have to go back to your high school, maybe college, whatever. We had a lot of cheerleaders, and I can remember when I moved, I did a lot of moving. My father was in the Air Force, and my poor sister, everywhere we went, poor sister, I shouldn't say that, she picked on me all the time. At any rate, if I went to a different school, it didn't matter, I could play the sport. If we went to a different school, she had nothing but cheerleading. That was it. The girls had cheerleading. So what are you going to do? Be a cheerleader. Well, today cheerleaders, if you watch on TV or if you go to some college games, they're not cheerleaders. They're gymnasts. They're amazing. So tonight, we're going to bring one of those gymnasts back. Nancy Johnson, come on up. Now you're really pumped up. I told you she was good. All right, now we're going to get a little serious. We're going back to 1973. Nobody remembers 73. I think everybody was smoking something like weed in 70. So nobody remembers the 70s, so I don't know. 1973, there was a woman that sang a song called The Way We Were. And that woman was Barbra Streisand, of course. Well, we don't have Barbara here tonight, but we do have Candy Glasgow.
Like the corners of our mind, misty watercolor memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, smiles we gave to one another for the way we were. Can it be that it was all so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line? If we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, would we? Memories may be beautiful, and yet what's too painful to remember, we simply choose to forget. So it's the laughter we will remember. Whenever we remember the way we were, the way we
All right, so it was Barbra Streisand. Thank you, Candy. That was outstanding. Thank you. We're going to shift gears here. We've got something that has never happened, I think, in the 27 years. We've got an opera. And the opera is Carmen. Some of you remember the opera Carmen, I think. It's a beautiful gypsy girl. And she kind of seduces this young man, Jose. And this was written in 1874 by a George Basset, or I think I had it right, Basset. And we've got an absent-minded professor, I think, somewhere around here that thinks he can do the Carmen show. So I'm hoping the absent-minded professor starts to show up, because if he does, then we've got a show. If not, we're going to be moving on to the next program.
You know, a couple months ago, I don't have a microphone. A couple of months ago, Pat asked me, well, Dave, what are you going to do this year? So in jest, I said, well, I could play a couple arias from an opera. She said, well, that's fine. That sounds wonderful. You know, we have to be, you know, all inclusive, because variety show needs, you know, needs everything. So I'm going to play a few things from Carmen. Now, so, oh, here's the microphone right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of opera. I will be performing two of the most rememberable and recognizable arias from the great opera Carmen. The first is a habanera, and then I'll be playing the rousing Tourneur, which ends the opera with great festivity. To begin the opera, so I will play like the orchestra would play, an overture. And that is, we'll proceed, and I'll introduce then Carmen. Now, Carmen, you know, is a very seductive Spanish gypsy dancer. So with irresistible charm, we tried to recruit someone that would be Carmen, you know, amongst our cast here, and no one volunteered until someone we thought would do it, but then she didn't show up at any of the rehearsals. So I'm so sorry, but don't leave, please. Don't get your money back, because I'm going to play this seductive theme that Carmen would dance with. So in your mind, I want you to imagine this very seductive, beautiful, young, gypsy Spanish dancer, you know, and she actually seduced the soldier and saved her life. And so this will, I'm sorry we don't have the Carmen, but this is, then I'll go on and play my other pieces. So I leave it to your imagination, and some of you may be even seduced by this music. Orchestra, are you ready? And now for the famous troubadour song. And you may help me out by clapping too. My bra is in the way.
The prop guys, they got it all. Next up, I think we've got another first on our show is the banjo. And you know, the banjo started back in the 17th century. Of course, Phil knows that. Yeah. And of course, as we talked about it on Hee Haw, 25 years of it, it was great. So Phil, take it away on the banjo.
All right. You know, the first session of the Grand Ole Opry, everybody knows the Grand Ole Opry? You know how it got its name? It's because there was a radio station, and right before they were supposed to be on, it was an opera show. And the solemn judge, the guy who was the head of it, come up and said, okay, you just heard the opera, and now you're going to hear the Grand Ole Opry. And that's it. And this what we're all about here is stomping our feet and clapping our hands. All right? We're going to sing a song called New River Train. And this song's about, 1880s, first time it was out. So it's changed a little bit, but we're going to play it here. We're going to add a few monkey shines, they call it. So just be ready. And if you want to sing along, the chorus goes, riding on that New River train. Riding on that New River train. Okay, you got that? Every time it comes around, that's what you're going to be singing. All right, but I want to hear a lot. The thing about this, volume, okay? Not quality, it's volume. That's all right? So, New River Train, here we go. Riding on that river train. Riding on that new river train. It's the same old train that brought me here and it's soon gonna carry me away. Well, darling, you can't love but one. Darling, you can't love but one. You can't love but one and still have fun, but darling, you can't love but one. Well, I'm riding on that new river train. Riding on that new river train. It's the same old train that brought me here, gonna carry me home once again. Well, darling, you can't love two. Darling, you can't love two. You can't love two. Your little heart be true. No, darling, you can't love two. Well, I'm riding on that new river train. Riding on that new river train. It's the same old train that brought me here, gonna carry me home once again. Well, darling, you can't love three. Darling, you can't love three. Can't love three and still love me. No, darling, you can't love three. Riding on that new river train. Riding on that new river train. It's the same old train that brought me here, gonna carry me home once again. Well, darling, you can't love four. Darling, you can't love four. Can't love four and love me no more. No, darling, you can't love four. Well, I'm riding on that new river train. Riding on that new river train. It's the same old train that brought me here, gonna carry me home someday. Now go pick a left. Now that train's gonna speed up. Darling, you can't love five. Darling, you can't love five. Can't love five. You come from my hive. No, darling, you can't love five. Well, I'm riding on that new river train. Riding on that new river train. Same old train that brought me here, and it's soon gonna carry me away. Train wreck.
Boy, did I tell you we have talent. And by the way, that $6 that got you in, I think we just used up 3 of them. Let's go back to 1967. Go back in your memory bank. There was a guy that dressed in black. Yeah, you got it. I heard it. Johnny Cash. He did a song that everybody, I think, remembers called Jackson. So here to do that song tonight, Rob Strong and Karen Frank.
Looking good, Rob. All right, thank you. In case you don't know, I'm Johnny Cash. I have my lovely wife June with me tonight. We'll sing a little song that we both know well.
We got married in a fever, water and a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson. I'm gonna mess around. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson. Look out, Jackson Town.
Well, go on down to Jackson. Go ahead and wreck your hell. Go play your happy
ease into that city. People gonna stoop and bow. All them women gonna make me teach them what they don't know how. I'm going to Jackson. You turn loose of my coat, 'cause I'm going to Jackson.
Goodbye's all she wrote, but they laugh at you in Jackson, and I'll be dancing on a pony cake. They'll meet you around town like a scalded hound with your tail tucked between your legs. Yeah, I go to Jackson. You be talking man, and I'll be waiting in Jackson. I'm a J-Pan player.
We got a fever, harder than a pepper's sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson and wax the back. Yeah, we're going to Jackson. Ain't never coming back. Well, we got married in a fever, harder than a pepper's sprout. And we've been talking about
I don't think that was mine.
I don't have mine.
How many get spam calls? Come on, raise your hand. Everybody gets a spam call. That's not bad. They're not as bad as if you go back to the laugh-in. There was a woman on the phone called Ernestine, played by Lily Tomlin. Now that was bad. So we brought Ernestine back tonight in the form of Carol Miller. Carol, the floor is yours.
Can everyone hear me? It's very important that you all hear me because I'm calling about you, ORAers. I'm calling Charles about some issues going on here. ORA, is that only royalty? Only royalty. Well, how about Organization for Rescued Animals? There's lots of those around here. Or maybe it stands for Outdoor Recreation Activity. There's lots of that around here too. All right, here we go. All Charles. One ringy dingy. Two ringy dingy. All right, that's all. Well, that's it. Hello, Charles. Have I reached the number that I am speaking with? Oh, yeah. Are you the manager at ORA? That's what I said. Manager. Yeah, you're the man that runs around the park and you're controlling all ages. Is that right? You're in charge. That's what I thought. So that's what I'm calling you about because I have a list of concerns. So we're going to start out with the expectorant. There's a lot of expectorant trucks coming and going around here. Well, what are they all about? Oh, they're hookups. What do they hook up to? You have 597 condominiums or homes on wheels coming and going, and they hook up? Oh, well, are the hookups maybe we could have less of that activity. Well, what about all the FedEx trucks and the UPS trucks? What are they for? They deliver goods? What kind of goods? All kinds of goodies? Small, big, huge? Oh, okay, well, maybe we could have a little less of that. We have enough feds around here. Maybe we could X out the feds a little bit. Okay, my next thing on the list, Charles, is about swinging. I hear this is a pretty swinging association. Yeah. Yeah. Your association is pretty jivey. Oh? What kind of swingers? Rock and rollers? Waltzers? Oh, and the liners are famous. Oh, well, that's good. Well, I like jivey music. Well, Charles, do you live here? No? Well, how do you know what funky things go on in the middle of the night? Oh, you have cameras? Oh, I bet those reruns are really funky. Well, now, Charles, another thing on my list are about the bobbers. Yeah, I hear there's a lot of bobbing going up and down in the middle pool. They bob a long time. Maybe you need to limit the amount of time. Are you a bobber, Charles? You're too tall. Sorry about that. Well, the next thing on my list is about the picklers. I hear there's a lot of pickling going on, and it makes a lot of noise. Tell me about it. It's a game? Oh, of course it's a game. And you need a paddle, and a wiffle ball. Oh, and you have to hit the wiffle ball very hard to get it over the net. Is that right? Okay. And the scoring is very difficult. Like 1-2-1, 7-1-1, like 7-11? No. Or 9-2-2, 9-1-1? No, that's not good, Charles. No, I don't want to get any of those 911 calls. Not good. Now, Charles, what if I want to learn this game? Oh, I need to call Chick. Like Chick-fil-A? Oh, no, just Chick. Oh, okay. And I hear Sam is quite the man. If I want to learn about the paddle, I need to call Sam. Sam's the man, okay. And if I want to get on the winner board, call Art. Art, he'll set me up. I don't want to be set up, Charles. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to play this game. All right, now, there's one more thing on my list. Okay, it's about that Padaliva lady. Yeah, I hear she's quite the swinger. Padaliva? Yeah. She's gonna be 90. There's no secrets at ORA. No. Well, Charles, is she a bobber? Oh, she's the leader of the pack. No wonder she stays so fit and trim. I hear that she's the leader of many packs at ORA. Well, that's the last thing on my list, Charles. But until I call again from the telephone company, I'll have a new list. And I must say, you ORAers, you live in a piece of paradise, at Outdoor Resort Association. And just remember, think green, but think clean.
I think if you close your eyes and just listen to Carol, I think that was Ernestine. Thank you very much. That was outstanding. Let's go back to the 20s. No, nobody. The 20s is too far back. Let's go back to the 40s. There's a dance that really was very, very popular. One that I can't do, of course. It's called the swing. And tonight we've got a couple that are going to do the swing for us and show you how it's really done. Anne Marie and Bob Anderson. Thank you, Anne Marie and Bob. Now there's some real talent. That makes me jealous. They can really swing. Thank you again. At this time, we've got a salute to remembering our troops. So I'd like to take just a minute. Any military people that we have sit in the audience, if you can, could you please stand? Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much for your service. At this time, we've got that tribute, and there's a song that was sung, I'll Be Seeing You, It dates all the way back to 1944. This is when Bing Crosby sang it. I think in the 60s it was Ann Shelton, and in 1965, I think it was Dean Martin. So this song, I'll Be Seeing You, by Gloria Rogers.
I'm waiting for my Johnny to come home from the war. I haven't heard from him in a long time, and I hope he's okay. I get worried when I don't hear from him, and then I listen to the news, and the news is bad, and there's bombing going on. I'm hoping that he's going to come home okay. My little ones are waiting for him to come home too. They cry every night. Where's Daddy? I cry too, but I don't do that when you're around. I don't know. I'm just hoping that this war's going to be over soon, so all our boys can come home. He's out there protecting all of us. He's my hero, my Johnny. What'll I do when you are far away and I am blue? What'll I do? What'll I do when I am missing you? No word from you. What'll I do? What'll I do with just a photograph to tell my troubles to? When I'm alone with only dreams of you that might not come true, what'll I do? Oh, what'll I do? I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park, across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut tree, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's bright and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.
Don't even think about leaving, Jordan. Once again, she knocked it dead. Gloria's been performing. If you were here last year, I was proud to announce 70 years of performing. She started young.
I started when I was not quite 1 year old.
So this makes it 70 plus 1. Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you, everybody.
I think now we're going back to 1969. So your memory banks are probably full by now, trying to go back in time. Neil Diamond did a song. Can you guess it? Sweet Caroline. It's a great song. It's a great tune. We still dance to it today, and we've got the line dancers that are going to perform to it. And I think I'm going to have to work to get their names right. Sherry, Lena, Ginny, Karen, Linda, Meg, and Eileen. Ladies, the stage is yours.
Where it began, I can't begin to know, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? And touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, bum, bum, bum. The time together seems so good, so good, so good, so good. And when I heard curtain runs off my shoulders, how can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you.
I told you, we've got a lot of talent in this ORA, don't we? Aren't they great? Thanks, ladies. But you know, you only used up about 50 cents of your $6. Should have been Sweet Caroline. Yeah. Come on now, let's get with it. I'm tired. I'm going for a drink, gin and tonic. No. Pat, could you take over for a few minutes?
Sure, take a break. Can you hear me? I was talking to Gary before the show, and we were talking about our family. So he thought I should tell you this. I just hope my son-in-law will still love me. But you know, Cindy and Steve have this cat, Rudy. Cindy just loves that cat. Steve isn't too happy with the cat. He decides someday I'm taking that cat, getting rid of him. Puts the cat in the car, takes him 20 miles, drops him off. Coming home, goes up the driveway. Who's walking in front of him but the cat? He can't believe it. He said, I'll fix that sucker. So, a couple weeks later, puts him in the car, takes him 40 miles away. He'll never find his way home. Never. Coming home, goes up the driveway, there's Rudy. Oh, I can't believe this. Boy, I'm fixing him. Waits a few weeks, takes the cat, takes him over a bridge, up a hill, down 95, gets off 95, he finds some woods. Puts the cat in the woods. He'll never get home, never find his way home now. So a little while later, the phone rings. Cindy answers the phone. It's Steve. He said, is that cat with you, Cindy? She said, yeah, sitting on my lap. She said, put him on the phone. Put the cat on the phone? Yeah, I want to talk to him. Why do you want to talk to him? I need directions on how to get home. I've got my teeth in the hole. Now, another story. There were 3 gentlemen, young guys. They were going to their club. They got hit by a truck, died instantly. They went up there to heaven. St. Peter looked at them and said, hey, gentlemen, you're not supposed to be here. You're too young. He said, but I can't send you back as men. He said, but I have to send you back, but you can be anything you want. So one of them said, oh, I'd love to be an eagle and soar through the sky. Back he goes, he's an eagle. Second guy said, oh, I've always loved those dolphins walking in the water. He's jumping in the water rather. He said, I'd like to be a dolphin. Sends him out. There he goes. Third guy is kind of embarrassed. And he said, well, he says, you know, I really like the ladies. He says, if you don't mind, I'd like to go back as a stud. Nope, no problem. He sends him back as a 2x4. Now, growing up, I had a very good friend, Marie, and she had kind of a mean husband. I think when he was born, his mother should have kept the stork and sent him away. But anyway, we kept telling Marie, you gotta dump him, he's mean. So finally she did dump him. So anyway, a few months later, my dear friend passed away. She went up to heaven. St. Peter said, welcome, Marie. She said, oh, I can't wait to get into heaven. Well, he said, you have to spell a word. She goes, oh God, I hope it's not hard. I said, no, spell love. She says, L-O-V-E, welcome to heaven. A few months go by. St. Peter comes from me, he says, I think you know the routine. He said, I have an appointment with Jesus. He said, can you man the gate for a while? Sure, I know what to do. Just ask him to spell a word. And who does she see coming up the path with that mean husband of hers? He comes up and he says, well, Marie, I see you made it to heaven. I guess I did too. She said, not so fast, buddy. You have to spell a word first. He's pretty cocky, thinks he's smart. He says, okay, what's the word? She says, spell Czechoslovakia. Now, I have to tell you, I've been married 68 years to my husband. I was 12 when I got married. But my husband was never demanding like that mean Marie's husband. Never asked me for anything, always sweet and kind. But the other night he said to me, you know, Pat, never asked you for anything, but I think I'd like breakfast in bed. I said, you want breakfast in bed? He said, yeah, I think I'd like that. I said, we'll sleep in the kitchen. But then we were reminiscing about our younger days. You know, when you're young and you're in love and everything. And I said, do you remember how we used to cuddle before we went to bed? And I said, you'd nibble on my neck, you'd nibble on my ear. Could we just do that for old time's sake? He jumps out of bed. I said, honey, where are you going? He said, I'm going to get my teeth. Now you rest assured. That's all she wrote.
So, let's get rowdy. 1965. Mick and I are the same age. Did you know that? One of us are aging faster than the other, I think. Now, in 1965, there was a young girl who performed in The Sound of Music. She was only 20 years old. She almost didn't get the part in The Sound of Music because she was so young. Julie Andrews. Well, we've got The Sound of Music tonight, and it's sweet, the song is actually 16 going on 17, da-da-da-da-da. Remember that one? All right. Well, we've got two ladies that are going to perform it, but it's got a little twist, I think. So here's Candy Glasgow and Sherry Cedarland, a.k.a. the Thomas Sisters.
You wait, little girl, on an empty stage. Try again, please. You wait, little girl, on an empty stage. John, turn off 1 and 2, would you? Okay.
Try again, one more time.
You wait, little girl, on an empty stage, for fate to turn the lights on. Your life, little girl, is an empty page.
How about this one? You're much better with the handheld, Candy. You're so professional anyway.
Okay, all right, can you hear me now? I'm starting over. One more time. You wait, little girl, on an empty stage, for fate to turn the light on. Your life, little girl, is an empty page that men will want to write on. Not going well either. Any other mics around?
How about a handheld? Might use this one. Number 2, John. We'll try again. Wouldn't you know? The person that's been working on sound for weeks. Okay, let's try one more time. We wanted this act to be longer, didn't we? Is it testing? Can you hear me? No. Number 2, John. Number 2, and turn it up then. Testing?
I'm just going to start where I left off. You are 16, going on 17, baby. It's time to
dream.
think.
16? That was 50. No, more than that. That was a long time ago.
Better beware, be canny and careful, baby, you're on the brink.
Come on, you can do better. Come on, think of another song or lyrics.
Well, I don't know. I was sort of thinking about something last night that maybe we could do, but could you hold on to this for a minute? I gotta get my notes.
Okay, I remember a music teacher that always had things there.
That's what happens when you get old. You have nowhere else, so your pants don't have pockets. Put it on your shirt. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Starting over now, and this time maybe. We hope, sister dear, in our old age here, that God will keep our lights on.
Our minds, sister dear, are so filled up here, there's no more room to write on.
She's right on.
When you are 70 going on 80, baby, it's time to think.
Oh, that's a rabbit hole.
Better beware, be canny and careful. Baby, you're on the brink.
You are 70, going on 80. Children will soon arrive. Bicycles, beach, and games to compete. They bribe us with food and wine.
Totally unprepared are we for all the fun ahead. Swimming and boating and golf all day, and then we're ready for bed. We need someone younger and smarter, telling us what to do. Not. We are 70, going on 80. Who will take care of you?
It's time, sister dear, to slow down here. It's your turn.
Oh, that'll never happen. Okay, I should have known that one even without a card.
And have no fear of trying.
Just keep trying, Sherry. Our lives, sister dear, are so full down here that there's no time for whining.
Is that whining or whining?
Oh, hon, there's always time for whining.
Amen.
When you're 70, going on 80, sorry to have to say, wrinkles appear.
Old age, I fear.
My hair's really turning gray.
Since she was 20. When you're 70, going on 80, new aches and pains arrive. Bones start to creak, bladders will leak. Somehow you've lost your drive.
Sherry, are you talking about sex?
No. Well, maybe.
Totally unprepared are we for our old age ahead. We know that there will probably be some things that we will dread.
Better than dead.
Walkers, canes, relievers for pains, dentures and new joints too. We are 70, going on 80. We still have fun, it's true.
We have a skit right now that dates back to the 70s, but as I said before, nobody remembers the 70s, so it really doesn't matter. This is the skit in All in the Family. Of course, you remember the Honeymooners too with Jackie Gleason, you know, and to the moon, Alice, to the moon. But this is going to be a All in the Family by Pat, Rob, Roy, and Susan.
Archie, you're home. How was your day, honey?
That subway was so crowded. What a bunch of nutty people in this world.
That's so funny.
That's not funny. I'm still talking. This nutcake sat beside me and he was talking to his daughter.
What's wrong with that,
She
Archie?
wasn't there. And then this guy behind me, he had beans for lunch.
How do you know he had
Because
beans?
he kept smiling at me. That's how I knew.
Well, Archie, you just go get a beer, relax. The kids are coming for dinner.
Oh, geez.
Boy,
We don't need company tonight, Edith.
well, Too late. They're coming in.
Hi, Ma.
Hi, Gloria. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey, Arch. Hi.
Mike has some wonderful news. Tell him, Mike.
My professor said I'm the top 10 in my class and I'm going to get a fellowship.
Oh, great, meathead. When are you going to start to work for this fellow, Mr. Ship?
Daddy, it's not it's not that. It's Mike is going to stay in school for another year, and Ma says we can live with you and save money to buy a house.
Live here for 3 years in school? Hey, meathead, that's my chair. Ah.
Oh.
Archie, can't you be nice?
No. I lost my lights.
Your poor little girl.
Oh, my poor little girl, she's going to work her fingers to the bones, and all she's going to end up with is bony fingers.
Archie, come on, be nicer. Why don't we just sing our song to celebrate Mike's good fortune?
Oh.
All right?
She's the songs that never fade, songs that made the hit parade. Guys like us who haven't made, those were the days. And when you were there, girls were girls and men were men. She was a man like her over again. Didn't need a welfare state. Everybody pulled their weight. She did all without being paid. Those were the days.
Those were truly the days. They should have asked me to sing with them, I think. I would have chimed right in with them. Do you remember this one? This is not that old. Unforgettable. That's all I know. Unforgettable. 2009. Anybody remember the artist? John does. I know he does. Nat King Cole. Remember that? Unforgettable. Well, we've got not the singing version. We're going to have the piano version. Kathy Kennedy is going to do that for us. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy. You do that so smooth, so smooth. At this time, we're going to have a little clever jokes by my next door neighbor. But before I introduce her, you know how close we are here in ORA. You know, screen room to screen room. Yeah, it's close. So I'm sitting out there watching golf on my TV and having a beer, and I'm listening to this next door, and I'm going, this is really funny. Then I have to walk over and tell her, that was a good joke, do that one. And she did another one and so forth. So I had a little presentation, but Allison, you're up. Allison Johnson.
Can I use your mic, please?
I stole the mic, sorry. Just like next door.
Okay, sounds like people can hear what I'm gonna say. So, the first joke is about a priest who's looking for someone to ring the bell in his bell tower. And he had an ad in the newspaper, and one day he hears some noise at his front door, and he goes down and he opens the door, and this man is there, and he says, "Can I help you, son?" And he says, "I'm here to apply for the bell ringing job." And he says, "Well, I can't help but notice you don't have any arms. How are you going to do that?" And he said, "It's not hard for me. I have the strongest teeth in the world. I can do it. Just put a rope in my teeth and I'll ring that bell." So he says, "I don't know about this." He says, "Trust me, I can do it." So he said, "Well, all right, if you cannot do it without getting into trouble." So he follows him up the stairs and he hands him the rope. The guy puts it in his teeth and he goes back and forth, clang, 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 and whoosh, he goes out the window. He falls down. And this crowd gathers around him, and somebody says, "Does anyone know who this is?" And someone says, "No, but his face rings a bell." So anyway, this joke isn't quite finished yet. So he puts another ad in the paper, and he hears this banging on his door. He goes down and opens the door, and this guy is there, and he says, "I'm looking to do that bell ringing job." He says, "I'm sorry, but I can't help but notice you don't have any arms either, and I don't see how you're going to do it." He says, "Trust me, my teeth are much stronger than that last guy. I know him well." He says, "Okay, but it's not my responsibility if anything happens." So he follows him up the stairs, and he gives him the rope, and he puts the rope in his teeth. And the guy swings back and forth and back and forth, and whoosh, he goes out the window and he's down on the ground. And this crowd gathers around, and somebody says, "Does anyone know who this man is?" And he says, "No, but he's a dead ringer for his brother." Anyway, getting on to another topic, there was this sickly woman, and she goes to the doctor, and he gives her an exam, and afterwards he comes out and he tells her, "I'm sorry, I've got some very grave news for you." And she says, "Oh, what, doctor, what is it?" "I'm afraid you only have 6 months to live." She says, "Is there anything I can do, doctor?" And he says, "Marry an accountant." "And will that make me live longer?" "No, but it'll seem like it." Anyway, there's this other story about this guy who is getting a haircut, and his barber, he tells his barber that he's going on a trip to Rome. And the barber says, "Rome? Why would you want to go to Rome? It's so dirty and crowded, and the drivers are crazy there. You're not going to like that." He says, what airline are you going to take?" And he says, "I'm going on United." the guy says, United, that's a terrible airline. You're not going to like that at all. They're always late, and the food's terrible, and the flight attendants are ugly. You're not going to like that. And he says, where are you going to stay when you get there? And he says, the Marriott. The Marriott, that dump, you're not going to like that. They have terrible service, and the rooms are small. Well, what are you going to do when you get there? He says, well, I'm going to see the Vatican, and I hope to see the Pope. He says, the Pope? You'll never see him. He's going to look as big as an ant to you. And so anyway, a month passes, and he goes back to his barber for his usual haircut. And the barber says, well, how was your trip? And he says, actually, that flight was wonderful. They upgraded the plane, and we were bumped up to first class because it was overbooked. And the food was wonderful, and I got waited on hand and foot by the most beautiful flight attendant. Well, how was the Marriott? That couldn't have been very good. He says, Marriott? They were overbooked too. They apologized, and they put us in the presidential suite. And the food was wonderful. Well, I'm sure you didn't get to see the Pope. He said, well, actually, we did. We were walking, we went through the Vatican, and the Swiss guard tapped me on the shoulder. And he said, the Pope would actually like to see some visitors in his private room today. Would you be willing? And he said, yes, of course. I said, yes. So he went in this private room, and the Pope came in, and he spoke to me. And the barber said, well, what did he say? And he said to me, where did you get that shitty haircut? I have one more, and honestly, I rehearsed it, but it has too many lines in it, so I gotta read it. It's too good not to tell it. So excuse me for reading it, but okay. This is on a flight to Japan. A plane. Can you hear me? Yes. A plane on a flight to Japan. A plane passes through a severe storm. The turbulence is awful. Things go from bad to worse when one wing is struck by lightning. One woman in particular loses it. She stands up in front of the plane and screams, I'm too young to die. Then she yells, well, if I'm going to die, I want my last minutes to be memorable. I've had a lot of relationships in my life, but no one has ever made me really feel like a woman. She looks around the plane and yells, is there anyone on this plane who can make me feel like a woman? For a moment there's silence, and everyone has forgotten their own peril. Their eyes are riveted on the woman. Then a businessman stands up in the rear of the plane. I can make you feel like a woman. He's gorgeous. He's well dressed, and he's tall. He's built with flowing black hair and jet black eyes. And he starts to move up the aisle, unbuttoning his shirt one button at a time. Nobody moves. The woman is breathing heavily as the strange man approaches. He takes off his shirt. The woman is trembling, seeing the muscles on his chest ripple. He holds the shirt in his hand and extends it towards her and whispers, iron this.
Now you know why I was laughing. Sitting there drinking a beer, listen to that. That was great. Well, I've made a little change myself. I'm back to 1965, August 14th. I got you, babe, you got me. What was that couple's name again? Sonny and Cher. Yeah, we've got Sonny and Cher tonight in the form of Linda Whiting and John Crawford.
They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out till we grow. Well, I don't know if all that's true, 'cause you got me, baby, I got you. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. They say our love won't pay rent, or it's earned, our money has all been spent. I guess that's so we don't have a plot, but at least I'm sure of all the things we got. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got flowers from the spring. I got Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill around we can't climb. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you to hold my hand. I got you to understand. I got you to walk with me. I got you to talk with me. I got you to kiss goodnight. I got you to hold you tight. I got you to cry forever. I got you to love me so.
That's truly a flashback. Thank you. He says I could use some of that hair. I don't know, maybe. Kind of nice to get up in the morning and go like this, and I'm ready to go. How many have been to Broadway? New York City, Broadway. How many have seen Cats? Ah, the longest running play on Broadway, I believe. Well, we've got somebody who's going to sing some songs from Cats. There was also a movie, I think it was 2019, Cats came out. It was a total bust. The only claim to fame in that movie was Taylor Swift was in it. She had one line, an hour and a half into the play, but she did sing a song, and she crushed it. Well, Susan Sayers is also gonna crush her song from Cats. You're up, Susan.
has begun.
I wasn't lying, was it? She crushed it. Great singing. At this time, we've got the timeless tappers. You know, tapping dates back to the 19th century. However, I think all of our tappers from the 21st century, I hope. Ann Cassidy's the director of the tappers. The tappers are Sherry, Brenda, Janet, Kathy, Elaine, Sherry, Sharon, and Don. I would normally say take the stage, but there's no wooden floor, which we normally have, so they're going to take the floor. Ann, it's all yours. Thank you, ladies, and Don, our 90-year-old in that group. And this time, where's Don? At this time, we've got the chapel choir that are going to perform. Anne-Marie Denton is the director of the choir. And by the way, Sunday the 19th, the choir will have a concert right here at 7 o'clock at night. So if you like what you hear, I know you will. Sunday the 19th at 7 o'clock right here. Anne-Marie, they're all yours. I forgot to mention that it was Betty Barkovitz, excuse me, on the piano. To ORA, it will be sung by Susan Sayers. And sound person Sherry.
Testing?
Testing. They need my mic also. We didn't rehearse this one.
Thanks for the memories. Okay, let's go.
breaking for lunch at noon, pool in the afternoon, tennis play on a sunny day, the day speeds by too soon. We thank you so much. Thanks for the memories. What game should we play tonight? The cards are falling right. The beach is fun, lay in the sun, but their snaps are hard to fight. How lovely it was. Many times we feasted and spent a lot of time with friends. Our families come down to see us, and when the grandkids come, there's so much fun. So, thanks for the memories. Our sports are number one. Bocce is so much fun. Shuffleboard and pickleball all keep us on the run. We thank you so much. Thanks for the memories. We're always entertained. The trivia tests are great. The choir's so sweet and dancing feet. No reason to complain. We thank you so much. Thanks for the memories. Incredible sunrise, beautiful sunset, karaoke Caribbean night, chicken dinner. Oh, we thank you so much. So many shuttles to light our sky. No night glow is oh so grand. There's always time for fishing at the beach or at the pier. Love to watch the dolphins jump. So thanks for the memories. The arts and crafts are great. Our variety show first rate. Exercise and dance. Bingo, take a chance. And even a little romance. Oh, we thank you so much.
Stay right there. Don't leave the stage. What do you think? That was it. That was our finale. That was wonderful. Wasn't it great? Pat, you did an outstanding job once again. Thank you so much for doing this. And all the people that helped out. Ginny, thank you. And Linda, I know those three, the big, I call them the big three. They're not so big. And Karen Frank.
Big stuff.
At this time, Susan Sayers will be singing God Bless America, and you are certainly welcome to join in. I think we have Linda Whiting. Linda, here she comes. She's our Statue of Liberty. Our flag bearer tonight is Greg Glasgow, Army Airborne. And we will have everybody else who perform on their way up. Susan.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountain to the prairie to the ocean, like we go. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God